It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to your Monday, the first full week of the new month of June. We are waking up with clear skies and temperatures in the low 60s this morning. It is a comfortable start, and indeed, it's going to be a beautiful summer-like day in the Ozarks. A little bit of that haze left in the sky from the smoke from wildfires up in Canada. It does kind of make it look a little bit hazy outside, even though we don't have much cloud cover to speak of. That will hang around today. What we also have this week is more storm activity. And unfortunately, there's another flooding risk as we head into the new work week. That's really going to take the headline here. Today, we have clear skies, high temperatures in the mid 80s, 86 for that high temperature in Springfield today. So overall, it's a nice summer-like day. You can hop in the pool. You may need a way to cool off if you're going to be outdoors today. Winds turning out of the south. That happens later today at 5 to 10 miles an hour. And as we look at the big weather map across the country, what's happening is a stationary boundary is going to drape across many of our counties, and it will provide this area where several rounds of showers and thunderstorms are going to be able to ramp up and get going this week, really beginning as early as tomorrow. Today, much of the heavy rain and severe thunderstorm activity is going to be focused well up to our northwest, all the way from southwest Minnesota back through Nebraska, portions of Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas also expecting the severe storms today. And then this active pattern, it returns for the Ozarks as we head into tomorrow. Lasts Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even Saturday of this weekend, I see the opportunity for showers and thunderstorms. So there will be this daily chance for rain and storms back in the forecast, and it does come with at least some threat for severe weather and excessive rainfall. I think on Tuesday, the threat for excessive rain is going to be all the way from central Missouri back up through the northwestern Ozarks, basically areas along and north of I-44, all the way down into portions of Oklahoma and Kansas. There's also a chance that a few of these storms have the potential to produce some severe weather, along with heavy rain and flash flooding. There could be some hail and some high winds in some of the heaviest thunderstorms that do develop on Tuesday. I expect this daily chance for thunderstorms is going to lead to a flooding threat in the Ozarks, and this could become a problem. It's already very saturated. You know, just from 2 weeks ago, the holiday weekend, we had way too much water in the Ozarks, and it has meant that the ground is now saturated. We have river levels, lake levels, streams, everything is up. Water levels are high in the Ozarks, and we may not have all the space that we need for the rain that is to come. This week alone, from Tuesday through Saturday, I'm expecting anywhere from 3 to 6 inches of additional rainfall. That could lead to some issues for us here in the Ozarks in the terms of flooding. And there's also that chance for severe storms, as I mentioned for you. That's Tuesday heading into early Wednesday. The real setup here is this stalled frontal boundary. It's setting up, draped across the Ozarks, and it's going to bring this daily rain chance for us. With the possibility of these repeated rounds of rain, flooding will be a concern, particularly for locations that received some of the heavy rain last week. So if you're thinking, uh-oh, that was me, or I experienced flooding, this is going to be a system that you're going to want to watch, because I think we're going to see the conditions worsen this week with additional rainfall in the forecast. It's also very active across the country as we begin the new work week. There's a warming trend for the east, while much warmer temperatures are spreading from the Rockies into the northern and central plains. We've got heavy rains across portions of south central Florida today. That is making some national news headlines, and the same storm system that will eventually impact us starting tomorrow is also producing some widespread heavy rain and a flooding risk that's happening for the central plains, and then that will sink south into the mid-Mississippi Valley as we head into tomorrow. So we are not out of the headlines. In fact, I think we may make some national news headlines with some of the flooding conditions that we may see later this week. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question that I had for you last week. Here it is. Which storm name has been used most often for the first named tropical storm of the Atlantic hurricane season? This is since 1950. Do you think it's A, Alvin, B, Arlene, C, Alberto, or D, Arthur? And I know I told you about Arthur just last week off of the Mexico West Coast. However, the one most frequently used has been B, Arlene. Now, hurricanes began getting names in 1950, so that's why the question asked since 1950. The Weather Bureau began using the phonetic alphabet to name these storms. The storm with the most appearances so far is Arlene, which has appeared 10 times in 1959, 63, 67, 71, 81, 87, 93, 99, 2005, and 2011. And then again in 2017. It often gets picked because it's first, A, the start of the alphabet. So now you know. Congrats if B, Arlene, was your guess. Here is your next chance to win. Which hurricane holds the record for the highest wind speed ever recorded in the Atlantic? Do you think it is A, Hurricane Katrina in 2005, B, Hurricane Wilma in 2005, C, Hurricane Irma in 2017, or D, Hurricane Dorian in 2019? Which hurricane holds the record for the highest wind speed ever recorded in the Atlantic? You can let me know your guess. That is at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for starting off your new week with us here at Around the Ozarks. And I want to thank our sponsors, Command Family Medicine and Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet. Have a fantastic day today. Enjoy the warmth and the sunshine and the dry day, maybe the only one we get all week long. I'll be back to chat with you on Tuesday more about that flooding, rain, and severe weather heading back to the Ozarks.